In today's video, we're discussing about cryptocurrency safety. Now that cryptocurrency is becoming much more mainstream and many businesses, freelancers, individuals are getting paid and utilize cryptocurrency, I thought this is pretty important to know. I mean, these are pretty simple rules, but hey, there's plenty of people who are completely new to this. So when I was a little young Padawan and I had no idea what I was doing, there was a lot of mistakes, financial mistakes that I've made that ended up costing me not only thousands of dollars at the time, but the consequences were eventually felt years on. So it is a painful lesson, and there's many painful lessons, but through these I've learned what not to do, and hopefully you're not going to be that silly as I was. So if you are getting paid in cryptocurrency, make sure that the company who's actually paying you is not going to go bankrupt or is a rug pull, because there's been a lot of these, especially over the past couple of months. Usually when the markets turn a little sour, when suddenly everything's going down like crazy, that's when these rug pulls happen. And if you've been getting paid 100% in tokens, and these tokens suddenly turn out to be worthless, you're left with a big fat zero. So number one is, first of all, don't put all your eggs in the same basket. Get paid maybe 10% in tokens, 20% in tokens, 25, 50%, whatever it is, but don't get paid 100%. The second lesson is don't accept any work with any company that seems to be throwing off any red flags, that is sketchy. It doesn't matter how big or small they are. Every one of these, if they have enough red flags, they can rug pull straight from underneath you, and you're going to be ending up losing a lot of money. Third rule is, a lot of people still don't understand that taxes play an important role, and the further we go into the future, well, you're going to have to self-report your taxes, at this point at least, and there's certain exchanges and certain companies that will report you, even if you decide to self-report. If you do a pretty bad job, you're going to get discovered. Maybe not now, maybe not next year, but eventually later on you will get a fine, and this fine will probably make up a good bulk of your profits right now if you don't do the smart thing. So always be careful of that. The next lesson in cryptocurrency, especially when you're getting paid in these transactions, is be smart about your money. Don't keep all your money in the same wallet, but also don't share this wallet with anybody else. Don't share this information. Don't brag. Don't use it on public Wi-Fi, because you never know who's watching. You never know who could hack you. Don't click on any links. Don't get phished. That's one of the easiest ways people get, they lose millions of dollars. Even the smartest people on the planet, even top tech security CEOs who run these multi-million-dollar DeFi companies have been phished out of millions of dollars. Boom. Sometimes even billionaires. So anyone can fall prey. I mean, these are pretty simple rules to abide, but I definitely messed up a couple here and there, and thinking back on it, it's just embarrassing at this point. If I could go back, there's certainly some projects and gigs that I would have signed contracts for, and not just a contract like there was one time where I just signed a contract, which wasn't actually valid. It would have never been valid in court. I mean, there's plenty of documentation that should be in order, and if you're talking about a gig that's probably 5 figures or over, and especially 6 figures, get a lawyer involved. Or someone who knows what they're doing, someone who has experience, who can help you out, an advisor, some counsel, because at this point you might, pay a couple $100 for an hour of that person's time, but it might save you thousands of dollars or tens of thousands at the end of the day. And if I could go back, there's definitely some projects that I wish I could have signed contracts with, and that's a huge thing that I missed out on. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I was immature and I rushed through it, and there were some projects that just never paid me for my work. There was projects that paid me too late for my work. One that stands out is B-Token, which paid me months after the fact. And we were talking about thousands of dollars, and by that point, the thousands of dollars, which was very necessary for me during the summer of 2018, when crypto suddenly crashed, well, everything went down in price quite a lot. So plenty of projects that didn't pay out. Also, don't associate with any projects that could easily tarnish your reputation, because plenty of crypto YouTubers back in the day, and there's projects that I worked with that turned out to be scams or just weren't that good. Unfortunately, tarnish your reputation and hurt your earning ability later down the line. Next up, if you partner up with anyone, make sure you actually know him. There's plenty of anonymity in the crypto community, and that's another thing that, I broke all my rules, basically. This is what I've learned from my mistakes. I've lost money due to these mistakes. I know that there's plenty of people who want to remain anonymous in crypto, but know who you're working with. Have a form of contact besides that one, like email, WhatsApp, Telegram, however you met these people. Because if you're dealing, again, with thousands of dollars, one of these days you're going to just lose access. And this may not go so much for money, but if you're working for a cryptocurrency company, and especially if it's a startup, make sure you have something that you can put on your resume, in your portfolio, whatever your type of work is. Understand that these companies always have a little bit of a tendency to go bankrupt and suddenly disappear. And if all your work was on a website or on files that don't exist anymore, it's kind of hard to prove that you even work there. So save up and always plan for kind of a rainy day. You never know what can happen in the crypto community. Overall, these are pretty simple rules. I thought I'd just make this because I've been seeing a lot of newbies who've been hurt recently, and it is extremely painful to go back, and there's hundreds of mistakes that I made that cost me tens of thousands of dollars, but I wish I could go back. I wish I could make some of these right, but it is. So learn from me, don't do silly things, and enjoy the rest of your day. Check that out. Look at how creepy that is. Remember, this used to be a big TJ Maxx, and now, thanks to COVID, it's just, a lot of the stores around here are gone. But anyways, thanks so much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your day. Wow, look at all this. Boarded up. Look at all this. All these stores gone. Just abandoned. Pretty crazy. So, thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. See you guys, as always, tomorrow. Just rows and rows and rows of abandoned buildings. Bye.